see what you working with.
Guys, doing Champagne Talks here. Let me first shout out our sponsor, Bel Air Rosé. Hey, if you want some fine beverages, Bel Air Rosé is the way to go. Hey, you can buy it at any liquor store in the U.S. Shout out to Bel Air Rosé. Let's get the toast right quick.
Cheers.
Angela, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You got that Jersey accent out, huh? Okay. How you doing? Okay. Tell the viewers.
It's not
who
gonna
you are.
leave.
Yeah, it might. You never know. Hanging with some fly cats, the accent might change a little bit.
Okay. I'm always from the 609.
Okay.
I'm in Vegas now, though. 3.5 years. So, just making it work. Definitely better than when I started.
Okay, so
I'm adapted more.
you kind of sound like you got a jaded Vegas experience.
No, I just feel like West Coast moves different. Like how people move professionally with their character.
So would you prefer the East Coast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
They're like ready to go. They're ready to work. They're ready to do things. They got work ethic. They're ready to make money. Everyone out here is just like coasting along. They got no sense of urgency.
You know what? I think it's a little bit of Vegas because it's a transplant state. Where you go to like somewhere like LA, everybody's like kind of like New York. Everybody's fast paced.
Yeah. Here
you got a lot of people from all over the place. Jersey. You got people from Chicago, shit like that. So yeah, So I'm glad that you came to chill with Champagne Talks. We appreciate you for coming. You've been on the podcast. Shout out to Fellas Podcast. You've been on the podcast quite a few times, and the fans love you, the viewers love you. So that's why we wanted to get you on Champagne Talks to kind of really get in depth of
I'm excited.
who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to everyone that loves me. Love you back. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Subscribe.
So let's tell the viewers why did you move out here?
Why did I move to Vegas?
Yeah, why did you move to Vegas?
I moved to Vegas because Atlantic City was just going downhill. All the casinos closed after the hurricane, and then I just didn't want to get stuck there. There's people still bartending there when they're 50 years old. That's great if you're making good money, cool. But I don't want that for my life.
Okay.
I don't want to get stuck in a dead end city that's completely getting worse. Crime, poverty, everything. So I'm like, why would I keep myself here when it's only good for 2 months out of the summer?
Okay.
The summers are popping there. They're great. I would recommend anyone
Jersey
to go.
Shore, right?
No, not Jersey Shore. Atlantic City. Okay,
No, I'm just saying,
down.
Yeah,
but the Jersey Shore is north. We don't. We're separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast.
We like the realer ones. So I just picked up. I went to Miami first. They had a hurricane. And I was like, all right, obviously I can't go somewhere where I need to evacuate. I need to go somewhere 24 hours where I can still bartend, find a job. So I just let's go to Vegas. I've been here before. I knew that I was mentally strong. I worked in the casinos my whole life. So it was nothing new to me. It was just a bigger Atlantic City.
So I'm gonna just put this here. It's a little drop. Maybe it's not the hurricanes or those states. Maybe it's you.
I was bringing the weather.
you bringing a storm through. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a powerful woman.
Yeah,
Some people get scared.
I see. Well, that's a good thing. I see you got your podcast going. That's elevating, and let's talk a little bit about that. You started around the same time that I started. Jake, it's this whole Vegas movement. Just
shout out to Jake.
Yeah,
he started around the
Jake.
same time as us too.
So, what made you want to start podcasting? Out of all things.
I thought of the idea right before the pandemic even happened. I was like, I just want to talk shit for a living. So how do I make this happen? So shout out to Hip Hop News Uncensored on YouTube. He helped me. He's my best friend's fiance. So he helped me, told me what I needed, the equipment I needed. He said, let's start you a YouTube because you're pretty. Let's get your face out there, and then you can, migrate to whatever you want to do. He said, I thought I was just going to be on the radio, but I didn't know I was going to put my face out there. So that was a whole new thing for me, because before that I was like off social media. I wasn't like fucking with people like that.
You seem like this social media type, like, so I wouldn't expect you to be off of social media, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was off for like 5-6 years.
God damn. Like...
Before I started the podcast. So I was just building a brand from nothing.
Okay.
And
which is hard.
Right. And it's hard to build an authentic brand in 2021 because, like I said before, I can't just go twerk my ass on camera and like get views. Like, I'm trying to like really talk about real issues and have these interviews with real people that are really talking about something. But no one has an attention span. Like, no one nowadays can listen for more or watch for more than a minute and a half, you know?
That's very true. I just talked about that.
And it's crazy because they say, like, people that listen to podcasts, you know, they make, like, a certain amount of money. Like, people that make, like, $70,000 and over a year are the ones listening to podcasts.
That's true.
So you have a whole group that you can't even hit, you know? So it's hard. It's hard to constantly keep trying to get people to support you, to be honest.
That is very true because, when I started in the podcast room, I'm like, how am I going to kind of carve out my lane? You know what I mean? Like, how me and my guys going to carve out our lane, and which lane are we going to go in, right? And I was like, nah, I had to talk. Shout out to Big Unk. I had to talk with Big Unk. And,
Big Unk over there.
and I had to talk with Danny B. And I said, you know what? How should we do this? You know, because we're good at talking shit, right? We're good with people. Me and Unc, like, everybody fucking knows us. Well, how can we carve out our lane? You know? And he said, well, let's just be organic. Like, you always preaching organic. Let's be organic. And I said, you right. Like, fuck what everybody says. We're not going to be PC. We're going to talk our shit and do our shit how we do our shit. You know what I mean? And we're going to connect and network with people along the way. So, like, I totally understand what you just said, because that's how we kind of carved out our lane. It's like, okay, we're going to be this certain way and elevate from there, you know what I mean? And here we are today, you know, I'm building this network, and I think you had a hand in helping it a little bit. I'm going to give you your flowers because,
thank you.
You know, you've been on a couple shows, and
yeah, and you guys brought me on like in kind of like the beginning, I think, of my journey too. So I appreciate everyone that like even saw something in me to like, because I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know I was like building a business. In my mind, I was like, oh, I'm just like gonna start this hobby, like whatever. And then I'm like editing all my own shit and fucking I'm a one-man show, and I'm like, all right, this is a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah.
But like, this is what I want to do, because if I stop and I'm like, what else are you gonna do? Do you want to work your 9 to 5 forever? And I'm like, hell no.
Right.
Okay, so you're gonna keep doing it then.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I always remind myself.
And that's the thing. Like, it's not a lot of women that stick with this, with podcasting and stuff like that. It's not a lot. Shit, it's just not a lot of women in the space. You know what I mean? It's some, but like they're all kind of in the same market. They talk about fucking, sex, you know, stuff like that. And like, you're a little bit different because you actually talk about a variety of different things with a variety of different people. You know, and so I think that's what makes you stand out more than a lot of other girls that do podcasting or radio, because they have to really, 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 like,
right.
You know.
Well, everyone told me to like find a niche.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't have one, because I want to talk about everything. Like, what if I want to talk about cannabis today and sex tomorrow? Like, why do I have to put myself in a box?
Yeah.
I want to talk about social justice today, and tomorrow I want to hear a rapper. Like, why can't I do that?
What's your take on, well, we know your take, but let's tell the viewers, what's your take on self-medication? Like, you know, marijuana?
Before we get into that, I just have to tell everyone that we need to invent something for Big Titty Sweat.
Okay.
Does anyone have, do you guys have this issue, Ma, over there?
Yes.
Yes, she does. Yes. Okay, because you know what? I said I was putting 7-Eleven napkins under my fucking tits on the way here so that my shirt didn't get like the sweat stains on it. And I'm realizing this has to be an issue for women, especially in Vegas. It was 122 degrees in my car.
I mean, shit, we gotta invent something for everything.
I'm over here.
I get titty
You're
sweat,
gonna see them soon. You're gonna see the crease, the lines.
It's okay, you know. I'm pretty sure they want to see that properly. I don't know, but
yeah, true.
It's Vegas. It's hot as fuck. It's, you know.
It needs to be something though. I feel like it's undermined. Like it's a problem. Shout out to my big titty girls out there.
Yeah. You know what? That's something that you need to invent.
Well, Shark Tank had one, but it was a towel.
No, we don't. That's goofy.
Right, and it wasn't like something you could put underneath. So we need like, I don't know.
Yeah. You know how you guys got like the lift. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys need this shit for. You know, maybe you should start working on that.
Okay, so you said, do I self-medicate?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. You're into self-medication.
Love it. I love cannabis, yeah.
When did you start smoking? How old was you?
I was like 13.
13.
Yeah, but when I started like realizing that it was like kind of like a medicine, I was probably in like my maybe like mid-20s.
Okay.
When I realized like, oh, this is like actually like probably helps me with a lot of different
things. 80% of people, try the first hit like maybe 14, 13 around that time.
I mean, yeah, I thought I was a great kid, and then I grew up and I was like, well, I'm glad I'm alive. I was better than other kids.
Okay, so since we're talking about kids and child, let's go back to your childhood. Like, what carved you out to be the way that you are? I want to hear. Let's talk about that shit. I want to hear the heartbreak.
Now?
Yeah. Oh. Hey, I could be your therapist. I only charge $40 an hour. No, I'm just kidding. But let's talk about what really carved you out to be the way that you are today. Like, it has to be something beyond the exterior.
You need any ice for her?
Nah, I don't.
Okay. So what?
You drink box wine?
No.
Okay.
And I used to do like Mad Dog 2020 when we were little.
I think that's what everybody does, right? Like,
and like Four Locos.
That's like the easiest thing to get is Mad MD 2020, Bacardi, and Four Locos, shit like that.
Oh yeah, Bacardi Big Apple and 99 bananas.
Yeah, 99 bananas. Bacardi Dragonberry.
Yes, that one's good.
Yeah,
some pineapple.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what made me? Well, when you say like something had to have made me the way I am,
okay.
I want you to tell me what perception you have.
Well,
that makes you think of
when it comes to people, I study people. Like I pay attention. So in my opinion, I think that like it's somewhere down the line of you growing up, you had to experience some kind of a little bit of maybe trauma or point where you went through like a stressed out phase or whatever, to make you be how you are now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just me paying attention a little bit. I could read people very easy, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that somewhere down the line,
I think it was just like my whole life was traumatic. Okay. So I always saw people when I was little, and I was like I never tried coke. That's like one of the drugs I never did because I was like my mom or my sister or my dad were really big coke heads. I saw how their like mood swings were. I saw how angry they were, how bipolar they were. I was like, okay, that's not for me, right? But I was like always told that weed was okay. But everyone in my family had an addiction. They were in prison. They were abused, the abuser, mental health issues, no self-esteem. Like everybody was fucked up. So I grew up around a bunch of people that like didn't want to do better with their lives.
Okay.
Or couldn't choose what happened to them in their life. So from like a really young age, all I knew was like, I don't want to be like these people. That was like all I told myself. Like, I don't want to be like my family. I don't want to end up like them. I'm not going to be like fucking 40 years old in an abusive relationship, married, like not having money. Everyone's like, it's just generational poverty and then generational trauma that's like passed through my family from like, grandparents and then all that. So for me now, my biggest thing is like, I'm trying to break that generational trauma, and I don't want kids. So it's like going to be hard for me to break it with someone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like carry on my legacy. So I'm trying to break it with like my niece and my nephews.
Okay, so
and help them.
Why don't you want kids? Like I always ask you this shit, but like, why don't you want kids?
I just don't. My sister has 5.
That's a lot of kids.
I was changing diapers at 10 when she went to prison. So we took care of like her youngest 3 when she went away, and I just knew like it wasn't for me. I'm a really good aunt.
Is it more so that you have a jaded experience from kids, or is it just that because like
it's a lot of responsibility. I'm selfish.
At one point in time, I didn't want kids, right? And then
Now you want kids?
No, you make mistakes when you're younger, which my mistakes is one of my greatest assets today.
Oh, gotcha.
And I had my son, and my outlook changed a little bit. It was like, okay, well, kids are not that bad. I don't want a lot of kids. But if I could go without having any more kids, I'm cool with that. But if I was to have one more, I wouldn't be mad at it. But all through my life, up until my 20s, when I had my son, I was like, I'm not having no kids. I'm not going to have no kids. And then I realized that, like, me especially as, like, a fucking, that dude, I got to pass on at least one legacy, Somebody has to carry my name. Or, it's just going to be just me just doing what I was doing. So let me ask you this. Let me put you in this perspective. If you meet a dude, right, and he's like the shit, like sexually, like he makes a lot of money, like he's a high earner dude, like high earner, and like sex is fucking crazy, like, and like he caters to, I want to say cater, but
you're saying all
he
around,
feeds your
mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially.
I want to say
because mentally and emotionally,
because we got to take one out. I'm not gonna say all four. We'll say all 3 out of the 4.
Well, if I'm not connected with you emotionally, I don't give a fuck. Like, what am I gonna do with your dick forever?
Okay, look, men connect emotionally differently. So that's why I said let's take one of them out. Let's take one. Let's say 3 out of 4.
Number one is support. Like, if you don't support me,
there we go, support. But
right?
support doesn't mean emotion.
If you don't support me and we ain't talking, I don't give a fuck how much money you have or
but
if you got
what
good
I'm saying
dick.
is, support and emotion are 2 different things. You get what I'm saying? So what if he supports you 100%? He has the money, has a good dick. He says, "Look, I want to share a seed with you, like."
Find a surrogate.
So you're trying to be like Kim Kardashian and shit.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't want the responsibility.
I
Okay,
get you.
I'm 24/7 going all the time. I'm 32 almost. I have no rush. Like, I have no desire to take care of another life. I've taken care of grown ass fucking men. I've taken care of like people that didn't deserve it. I don't want to take care of nobody. Okay, I want to take care of myself, build my empire. And then maybe later, if my mind changes, okay. But in all honesty, I think I'm never going to have kids.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a really good aunt. All my friends have kids, whatever. But I understand, like, the sacrifice they have to make.
Sure.
When you have a kid, it's not your life anymore. You can't just go and do things. Like, unless you have that support system that somebody can go and take them and whatever. But
yeah,
you're committed to that.
How good is your support system?
In general?
Yeah.
I have really good support. My friends are like my family. Because I never got close to my family because they were all fucked up. So
yeah, sure.
I just have like my mom and my niece and my nephew.
Okay.
And I got a lot of good friends.
I see that you're close with your mom. Like I told you on the last podcast, your mom's like my that's like my little that's my side boo. You know what I'm saying?
She only does Spanish men. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm Dominican on the weekend. So,
yeah, we healed our relationship right before I moved here. I had that talk with her because I feel like when you go through traumatic things, like, you have to forgive people and talk about it, or else it's like you're going to hold that forever. So when I moved, a month before I moved, my brother passed away. And I was
sorry
like,
about that.
it's okay, it's life. But
That's true.
I was like, I don't want to leave her so, like, you know, she was just done. So I was like, I can't leave her like this and be holding on to these things from my childhood that I blame her for.
Yes.
So I had to let it go. So we had a conversation right before I moved, and then we've been building a relationship for like the past 3 years now. So.
That's really good. Kudos to that. I think you need to have a strong relationship with at least one of your parents, and
I'm working on the dad thing.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you say that because like, I'm not really cool with my dad. Like, there's no hard feelings, whatever, but like, you over there, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm cool with my mom. I'm not a mama's boy or nothing like that, but I'm super cool with her. Like, you know, she had me at a young age, so like we built this relationship where it's like, you know, we become each other's friends. But, you know, like, I tell her, like, look, you know, she knows she's one of those moms. She doesn't get in my relationship. She doesn't get into all that shit. You know how some of those mama boys, their mom is all in their shit. Like, nah, my mom is.
What
cool.
little fast ass girl you bringing home today?
You ain't bringing that bitch. Nah, my mom, she's cool. You know what I'm saying? She's more so focused on like everybody winning the shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I kind of get some of the shit from me. Like, so like every time I see somebody, I want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm building this fucking network, and my main goal and focus of this network is just to see other people in the realm that I fuck with win. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. But as far as, you know, my pops, I don't have no hard feelings with him. I just don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably gonna be like that till one of us die. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
Do you ever want to like have a good relationship with him though?
I never thought about it. I think I never cared to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen him here or there in my life, and you know, we were just always on 2 separate pages, and I think like I had so much love around me growing up that it never was a thought in my head. You know what I'm saying? I had like that's my dog, like that's my dog. You know, so shout out to Big Unc. I had both my grandfathers. They were like, those are my dogs.
So you still have male figures?
Yeah, I had solid male figures. And even some of my football coaches, like solid as fuck. I had this one dude, I call him OG. He lives in Arizona. His name is Face. Like, he was always solid. as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So like I was able to see them fuck up and move from their fuck ups, and I was able to see them do great shit, and I was able to take on some of that shit that they did great. You know what I'm saying? And then I carved out my own lane. So like I'm like one of those free thinker motherfuckers that's just in my own lane, weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. You know what I mean? Like
no one's normal.
Well, I say people could be normal because if they fit into a box. You know what I'm saying? If they normal is if you take everything that you learn from school and you apply that to your everyday life, that's normal because they indoctrinated you, right? If you believe everything you see on TV, that's normal because you fit into the box that they want you to fit in. So you're like everybody else. You're normal. You're in the same box. You know what I mean? But outside of that, yeah, if you're not like that, then yeah, right. You're not normal. Like you're not normal. You're fucking on a different planet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you.
You know, you're different. So let's talk about cannabis talk, man. Like, what happened with that? Like, you had cannabis talk and now you don't.
It just was a bad partnership, and it was just a lesson learned. I realized, like, ever since my spiritual awakening in 2020, I realized, like, if the universe doesn't want someone to be around you, or God, or whoever you believe in, like, they're gonna remove that person from your life. And it doesn't matter if you're fucking them, if you're best friends with them, if it's a family member, it doesn't matter. Like, if they're not supposed to be around you for whatever reason that you didn't hear or see when you weren't in the room, they're going to be removed because they're going to show their true character somehow.
Sure. And
you're going to be like, oh shit, I can't fuck with this person, you know? And I've always been a really good judge of character. So for me, I'm like, damn, like, how did this happen, you know? But I realized, like, I'm elevating so much, like, I can feel it. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Like, I'm just going to next levels mentally and, like, in my success with everything I'm doing. So I feel like that's very intimidating for some people. And if they can't live up to that expectation that they think you're projecting on them or whatever they feel, you know, it's more like about them. They have an insecurity. Maybe they can't live up to it. Maybe they're not hustling hard enough. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes with anything, because I've had to let go of situations, people I'm not even romantically involved with. And it's just like, all right, cool, like, on to the next.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of that. I had a print shop out here, 2014, 2015, it's called Premonition. And, like, when I say, like, I spent a lot of time and money on that shit, like, I came in, like, with the money, right? And the guy who's a friend, he's still a friend, but I know that, like, sometimes you gotta fuck with people from a distance. He had the network of people that we could get, like, you know, uniforms and all that shit done, right? So our business models was totally different. Like, I'm about giving people the best bang for their buck with the best customer service, with the best, you know, with the best experience possible, right? So they can keep on coming back. I'd rather make long-term money than short-term money, right? And his thing was he'd rather have short-term money and charge them and, you know, not care about the quality and shit like that. So at a point in time, I said, you know what? I had to leave you. You could buy me out. You could have all the equipment and shit. I don't need to have all that shit. Buy me out. Give me this much money. You could have a name. I mean, the business is no longer. He's back on the East Coast. And, you know, it's no longer business anymore, obviously. And then I went my way, had my own little customizations of clothing and, you know, sportswear and shit like that. And you know, he's doing whatever he does. But I realized that, like, I've realized at a very young age that you can't rely on people to do anything for you. You got to do it yourself. And then when you do it yourself, you can't expect too much out of the people that's around you or that's supposed to be around you, because most of the time they don't want to see you win. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that, like you said, though, people that are around you, you want to see them win. So it's about, if you don't want to see somebody win, it's because you are insecure or you hate your life for some reason. That's, again, about somebody else.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's hard, because in Jersey, like, if we don't like you, we just don't talk to you. Like, you know we don't like you. We don't talk to each other. It's not like fake. In Vegas, it's like everyone just kikis with each other and then has, like, a different opinion. And I'm like, damn, I gotta be, like, normal and fucking not flip out and be calm and, like, network and, you know what I mean? Like, to get my brand out there, it's annoying.
Well,
because I'm just used to being around real people that are like, all right, cool, we all go in together, let's eat together. You know what I mean? If we don't fuck with you, we don't fuck with you, whatever.
You know what? You know what else I think that changed that is the really big internet boom, when people start seeing that you can do X, Y, and Z, and you know they start seeing all these reality TV shows and you know drama sales and yada yada yada. Like I started learning that people they like feed into that, and that becomes part of their everyday life. So
cheers.
Cheers.
Here's the champagne talk.
Champagne talk, baby. Bel Air Rosé. Yeah, but I learned that you know a lot of people they care about more of the vanity than anything else. You know what I'm saying? If it looks right, if it sounds right, then that's the shit that they care about, you know, rather than you. So that's why I carved out this lane. I got shout out to my boy Danny B, shout out to my boy Eric, G6, fucking Unk, all them, like, they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them. Same with you, like, I fuck with you. Like, look, we gonna put this on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna promote Faded Truth every chance I get. I'm gonna promote, you know, my boy Danny got some shit going on. My boy G6, I got fine. You know, I'm flies and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he be flying up. You're gonna have to get up there with him one day. Like, you know, he be flying and shit.
You want us crashing and shit?
Nah, man. Like, he only made me throw up twice, but you know, he's a solid pilot. Like, he can tell you what plane is in the air, like just looking up. Like, oh yeah, that's a 747 for us. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like I said, everybody, look, we just want to see you win. And if I have anything to say, I want to say, look, I'm giving you flowers here because I see you doing big shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep on being that star that you are. Don't change up. Stay unfiltered, cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And everything's gonna come to you your way. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's it. You
know?
just keep going on your path, and then as long as you like do good and you try and help people where you can, because I realize that's like how a lot of successful people, they help people. That's how they got far in life. Because they, you know what I mean? I was always so selfish. Like I said, I never want a kid, right? I was always selfish, even with my friends, even with my family. I was just like, because I was always in a box because of everything I saw. And I was like, I can't let your negativity in because I'm not going to make it out of this if I can't, you know what I mean? If I can't, like, block everybody off. So even in, like, everything I did in life, it was like, me first, me first, me first. And now I realize, like, people have come to me with their problems my whole life, and I didn't know why. And now that I'm, like, open, like, more like my third eye is open, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be helping you with your problem because that's going to, you know, pay it forward for you to talk to the next person, maybe educate them about this issue, whatever it is. So that's what I've been learning.
Sometimes you don't make
decisions
when your third
good
eye
will
is
come
open,
to you.
Sometimes you'll make the greatest decisions when your third eye is open.
You don't?
Yeah, sure.
Why? What bad decision did you make?
A lot, but
Your third eye is open?
Always, but that's
when did you open it?
When I was a young kid, man.
Really? I never knew anything about my chakras when I was little.
Yeah, man, I was awake a long time ago.
All right, then.
But on that note, we're going to end it here.
That's it.
You got anybody that you want to shout out?
Just shout out everyone that supports me. Shout out to everyone that's been with Faded Truth from day one. If you're at day 100, shout out to you too. Subscribe. Stay tuned. You can catch me on all audio platforms. Subscribe to my YouTube. Cannabis and Creatives. We're just talking about real issues with real people that have really great talent, whether it's underground, established, upcoming, whatever. You're gonna get a little bit of everything. So.
Shout out to Faded Truth. Shout out to Angela.
You want to hear my rap?
Yeah, let's get it. Come on.
When I'm up late night and got nothing to do, I make a couple phone calls and then link with my crew. Grab a bottle, take a sip, you know I rolled a few. Best believe we're getting faded and we telling the truth. Hey.
You going gold. You going gold, baby.
So next time you gonna see me in the booth?
Yeah, we're going to see you in the booth. Shout out to Hideout. Shout out to Bel Air Rosé. And shout out to all our fans that's watching. Subscribe, like, and blow the shit up. Hey, also subscribe to her. It's free. All you have to do is go to Faded Truth. FadedTruth.com. Faded Truth on Instagram. All that shit. She got
I know you're bugging me about the new merch. Yeah, I put merch out twice this year. That was
hold on.
enough
Let me
for
put
me.
this before we end. Put that shit out because I got people hitting me up about your shit. You seen them tagging me. You seen that shit. Put your shit out. We'll cop. We'll take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Put your shit out.
Okay, well, you need a distributor because that shit's fucking annoying.
We'll talk off the mic. And we out.
Peace.